Hi, this is your instructor, Doug Schneider-Heinz. I got your groups together and wanted to go over the group project so you kind of know what to do. We only have 4 weeks, so the sooner we get started on the group project, the better off we're going to be. I do have your groups put together, and the way to get to those is you go to groups, which should be down here. But anyway, you go to groups. And you have there's 3 groups, 4 and 2 groups, and 3 and 1 group. And it really doesn't make any difference in this project how many people are in your group, because each person is responsible for a part of that portion. You're not going to be responsible for any more than the members in your group. So as you can see here, Group 1 has Chapter 15 monetary policy, so that's what you're going to write about. Group 2 has fiscal policy, Chapter 11. And Group 3 is going to deal with Chapter 6, which is on employment. You'll know more about what you have to do here in just a minute. But if you click on your group, I want to show you some of the tools that you're going to have. And it takes a second to load here. And there's the people in Group 1. You're going to have a file exchange. You're going to have a group discussion board. Those are probably the 2 main tools you'll have. You have a group blog, group wiki, emails, so you got some other tools there, but the discussion board and file exchange are the main 2 tools that you will use. If you go to the group discussion board, and if you probably used discussion boards before, pretty much what you want to do here, and I'd like for every group member to go into their group today and post something on there. You know what your chapter is, so you don't have to choose that. But you do have to have some research questions, and I like to have those research questions by no later than Thursday, so we can kind of know what each person is researching. But what I want you to do is look at Group 1, look at Chapter 15. It's on monetary policy. If you go to the text, and I'll show you here on Chapter 15, as soon as it gets loaded up here. So if you go to the text and go to a chapter, I'm at home, my internet's not very fast here. So Chapter 15 is monetary policy. So if you look at the beginning of it, there's some learning objectives there. And that's kind of some questions there. If you want to use those or you want to investigate something else, what I would recommend is looking at the chapter and see what you want to research. But how interest rates are set in the money market, so that would be a good question. How monetary policy affects macro outcomes, constraints on monetary policy impact, the difference between Keynesian and monetarist monetary theories. So you can use those as questions, but I want you to develop a research question that you're going to research. And what I'd like for you to do with this research is to look into some current trends and what's going on now. The book was published 4 or 5 years ago, so there's a lot of things that happened in the last 3 or 4 years that may not be updated in the textbook. So look at some more current topics, but come up with your research question. And what I want you to do is when you guys come up with a research question, let me go back here. I want you to go to your group. Why did it move back again? And click on your group. And click on your discussion board. And what I want you to do is click on the discussion board post here, and then create a thread. And what I want you to say in your thread is, as soon as it comes up here, I want you to call it your group questions, okay? Your group questions. And then what I want you to do down here is list, if you have 4 members in your group, I want to see all 4 of your questions here, your research questions, with the name of the person who's doing that research question behind it. So the first question, name of that person is doing that. Second question, the name of that person is doing that. So I know what you're researching. And I'd like to have that by no later than Thursday. So make sure you get with your group, talk with your group, come into the discussion board here and talk to your group about the questions and the chapter that you're doing. Make sure that two members in your group aren't researching the same question. And then after that, you need to start writing your paper. Once you get your questions established, and let's go back to the original groups here. Once you get and group 2, you've got chapter 11, which is fiscal policy. Group 3, you got chapter 6, which is unemployment. So once you get your questions established, and this is at the bottom of all the group pages, group project instruction and submissions. There's a PDF file here that you can print out. Talks about your group project, what you're going to do. The length of the paper, excluding cover page and reference page, should be 1,000 words minimum per person. That should be, but I'm going to change that to 750. So instead of 1,000, that's going to be 750 words per team member, right? So each team member has to have a paper of 750 words or more. So you're going to do your research question. You're going to write a paper. You're going to do some research, write a paper of at least 750 words, and you're going to have at least 2 other references besides the textbook. So don't use the textbook as a reference. You need 2 other resources. Those can be web resources or wherever you're doing your research. So research your idea, your question, write a paper about that question, and then at some point in time before the end of the semester, which is only 4 weeks, so sometime within that 3rd or 4th week, you'll want to submit those on your group project, on your group page. You'll want to go to the let me get back to it here. You want to go to your file exchange, okay? And you click on file exchange, and you'll be able to load that paper up onto your group site. So one person in your group needs, sometime before that paper is due, needs to go into here. When you put your paper in, you just click add file, browse your computer, find a file and submit. That'll give your group access to your paper. But then one person in your group needs to come in here sometime in probably that 3rd week, or at least the beginning of the 4th week. Grab those papers, put them all in one paper with a cover page, and then submit that paper. And the way you submit that paper is let it load back up again. Like I said, my internet's a little slow here. Click on your group project and instructions again. You want to come down here, browse your computer for your paper that you've put together, that you've combined and put the cover page on, and then you just submit that paper there. So it opens up here. Come down here and hit submit, and that's going to submit everything for you. That's your paper will be submitted to me. So that's all you have to do for the group project. Each person writes a paper. That paper is put together into a group paper, and that paper is submitted to me sometime. And let me give you the exact due date on there. The exact due date is I'll go down here. That's due on January 10th. So not really that far away, so make sure that we're thinking about that. What I'd like for everybody to do is today go to your group discussion board, go to your group, go to that discussion board, and post something on there. Talk to your group members, tell them what you're thinking about. Maybe if you have an idea for a question that you want to research, put that on there. But remember, by Thursday at the latest, I want the questions all in one post with the title of group questions. I want everybody's questions on there so I know what everybody's researching for the semester. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. There's my email address right there. That's my office phone. I won't be there this week or next week. So you can call or leave a message, and that'll come to my email, so I will get it. Or you can call or text my cell phone. Remember, my cell phone doesn't pick up very good when I'm at home. So the best way to get a hold of me is through that email address. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.